welcome to this game versus the Kiowa County Lady Mavericks versus the Minneola Lady Wildcats. We are going to send you over to the national anthem and followed by the lineups for the games, and then we'll bring you the action. This is Kiowa County Media Center.
PA, who's the announcers?
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good job, Aubrey. And now introducing your starters. First for the visiting team, Minneola High School Lady Wildcats. Number 5, a 5'6" junior, Michaela Strecker. For the Lady Mavericks, number 1, a 5'3" sophomore, Morgan Powell. For the Lady Wildcats, number 10, a 5'9" senior, Natalie Stewart. For the Lady Mavericks, number 14, a 5'3" freshman, Sierra Lingefelter. For the Lady Wildcats, number 15, a 5'6" freshman, Haley Harrington. For the Lady Mavericks, number 22, a 5'3" sophomore, Nicole Ballard. For the Lady Wildcats, number 24, a 5'9" junior, Taylor Poff. For the Lady Mavericks, number 34, a 5'8" sophomore, Janessa Zinger. And for the Lady Wildcats, number 32, a 5'5" senior, Fallon Haynes. For the Lady Mavericks, number 52, a 5'7" junior, Mackenzie Heft. Lady Wildcats head coach Brandon Haynes, assisted by James Timot. Lady Mavericks head coach Thomas Durstein, assisted by Kim Heft. Good luck, ladies.
Game for the Kiowa County Lady Mavericks versus the Minneola Lady Wildcats. This is the first matchup of these two teams this season. On stats, it looks like it could be a good matchup as far as their record and their height and their ability, but the seniority that Minneola is bringing to this game far exceeds Kiowa County's bringing several sophomore and freshmen to the floor. Although last Friday they were lacking Mackenzie Heft. They haven't had an incredible game, but Heft was lacking, and they have her back today.
Yeah, they played really well in her absence. Having her back's only going to help them out as far as post presence, and last game was definitely quite a bit of fast break or jump shots, and maybe we can get a post presence with McKenzie there. Even though Tierra West and Alex McVeigh did a great job in the last game down in the post.
You're going to want to watch this time is number 24 for Minneola, Poff. She is the leading scorer for Minneola and definitely somebody that the Mavericks want to keep a hand on. And Janessa Singer does just that, getting the steal and kicking it out to Nicole Ballard. Kiowa County did an outstanding job breaking the press last Friday, and Minneola is not going to have a full court press, but they will have a half court 1-3-1 to get through.
And the thing you want to do is be very, very wary of getting the ball in the corners.
And a baseline shot from Sierra Lingenfelter is off its mark. It is brought down by number 10, Natalie Stewart of Minneola, and Minneola has possession going their direction.
Kiowa County's also in their own 1-3-1.
Kiowa County's done an outstanding job playing zone defense these last few games. They're really aggressive, really active. And Kiowa County goes back on defense. And that was number 5, Michaela Strecker. Can you mute? Inbound pass, and it goes back to Janessa Zinger, and she is off the mark on the three-point shot, and it's going to go back to the Wildcats. Minneola is doing a good job working side to side, and Ballard just about gets the steal. A hold is going to be called, or I'm not exactly sure what took place there. It is going to stay with Minneola. Surprises me a little that Strecker isn't getting guarded closer out on the wing since she just made the three-point shot. And Powell gets a block and another tip off the attempted put back by, that was number 15, Haley Harrington. And it's going to go back to the Mavericks. 5:16 left in this first quarter. Mavericks trail 0-3 with that first shot from Strecker. And they hit it, they hit it down to Ballard, who was open on the side, and she just looks a little bit nervous tonight. She looked so comfortable in the game last Friday against South Gray. And Minneola is breaking the full court press, but Ballard comes up with the steal, and a foul is going to be called against number 15, Haley Harrington. She gets called for a block. And Lingenfelter's looking into the corner to Janessa Zinger. She tries to go along the baseline to Powell on the opposite side of the lane, That's a hard pass to make. You don't have any angle to go for. Powell's going to have it out for an inbounds play under their own basket, and they're going to go into Heft, and she takes it hard into the basket. Beautiful shot. It is off its mark, and the rebound is brought down by Sydney Jager. And Minneola is trying to get some passing going, but it's not going well for them at this point. Kiowa County just has outstanding defense. It's a nice outside jumper taken from Natalie Stewart, but a jump ball is called on the rebound. Jager has it under their own basket, and Minneola is going to try to get it into Poff. She's closely guarded. Kiowa County's doing a great job keeping the ball out of her hands. Stewart on the jumper from the free throw line. And once again, Minneola gets the rebound. Tip off from Lingenfelter, picked back up by Minneola. They're struggling to get anything going at this point. That was Haley Harrington, just a freshman, and that's a putback by Poff. She finally gets the rebound, which Kiowa County has struggled a little bit this year with the box out. Back up to Ballard and around to Lingenfelter. They're trying to get it to the baseline, and Janessa Zinger with her first shot and a first 3 points of the night coming from Zinger. And a timeout is going to be called by Minneola. Kiowa County trails 3-5 with 3:26 left in this first quarter, and we'll be back after this break.
Seems a little bit
The
unusual.
sound was just
You can
deafening.
hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above you.
gone, my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we gonna do?
We could rebuild, we could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town, let's work together, let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
You can connect with us on Facebook, like the Media Center on Facebook for updated reminders about our live stream events. Minneola is going to bring the ball back in their possession. Neither team is shooting particularly well tonight, off the mark and missing seemingly easy shots. Fallon Haynes with the mishandle and tries to get it into Poff. She's looking for something to happen, and Janessa Zinger's doing a great job guarding her, but once again, Kiowa County has to box her out if they expect to keep her off of those boards. And that's going to be a jump ball, goes back to Kiowa County. They're having a little bit more relaxed play than they had last Friday, but they're doing well. Oh, and Heft's looking to the corner for Zinger, and it's off the arms of Jager. Stewart checks in to give Poff a break, and Alex McVeigh, freshman for Kiowa County, comes in to give Lingenfelter a break. McVeigh, even though she's a little bit rusty as a freshman with less experience playing, she has done a great job stepping in as a post. She's going to have an incredible career just as a freshman, as well as she's already doing. And they look into Heft, who's going to try to make a move off the foot of Stewart. They call it off her own foot, even though it was off Stewart's, but from that view, the ref probably had a hard time. And Minneola is looking to break the press. They do that time, and Kiowa County jumps back into their zone defense here. Minneola is really just trying to look for something to happen here, and Kiowa County's doing a great job collapsing on the inside play. Fallon Haynes off the mark on an outside shot, and it's picked back up by Minneola. One thing Kiowa County does not lack is activity on the defense. They do well moving, playing without the ball, opposite the ball, seeing where it's at. And Hannah Brown checks into the game for the first time. She's a senior for Kiowa County, one of the only seniors that sees significant minutes. This is definitely a young Kiowa County team. Haynes has the pass in to Harrington and a steal, and Brown is off trying to push it up the court to her teammates. Cross pass to Brown, and she's off the mark, and it goes back to Minneola. Harrington picked up that rebound. She's got several rebounds, actually, for not having much height and being a guard. Great take in by Fallon Haynes. She did the pump fake and dribble around. Minneola leads 7-3 with 1:30 left in the first quarter. Definitely a different game than we saw last from Kiowa County. McVeigh working hard inside in the post position to try to get open. She has the height advantage for sure. Skip pass to the corner, and Brown takes it around and up. It's off its mark, and Haynes comes down with the rebound. Kiowa County is just shooting cold right now. Continue. Great movement on the defense for Kiowa County, and that's off Stewart's arms and out of bounds. Tiara West is going to check in for Kiowa County, giving Alex McVeigh a break. West is another post that has really stepped up this season. Came in with not very much varsity play to do an outstanding job. That half-court press is a little bit challenging to Kiowa County, but they're being incredibly patient tonight. A block is going to be called on the baseline. I believe that's going to be against Poff. Getting her in foul trouble would be good for Kiowa County. Nice roll from West, and Heft muscles her way in with the ball for a two-point shot. Kiowa County still trails 5-7 with 36 seconds left in this first quarter. Cross pass to Haynes. Kiowa County should have picked that one off. And Jager mishandles it out of bounds. It goes back to Kiowa County. Strecker back in the game, giving Poff a break. Definitely don't want to get her in foul trouble with 2 already in this first quarter. Kiowa County wants to get her in foul trouble. Her coach does not. Cross-court passes are not something you want to see happen because it's way too easy to pick it off, especially if you're not going to go to the pass. And Stewart working it around inside. Oh, a foul's going to be called against Tiara West from Haynes' shot. That'll put her on the line, give West her first foul of the game. Just 0.1 seconds left in this first quarter. Not going to give Kiowa County a chance to do much of anything, even if they get this rebound. So Haynes misses her first free throw, set up for her second. She misses her second as well, and Brown tries to get off a shot, but that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Kiowa County down 5-7, and we'll be back after this break. Welcome back to this game between the Kiowa County Lady Mavericks and the Minneola Lady Wildcats. Minneola has possession and is in the lead 7-5 in this second quarter of play. And Brown with a nice play off of the defense. Heads back to Mavericks possession. Lingenfelter trying to bring it up the left-hand side of the court, continuing to keep her dribble. Brown looking to work it in. This is a really interesting 5 players on the court right now for Kiowa County. You have the young Ashlyn Oberly and Zinger, as well as West and Brown. So really a 3-post play, even though Ashlyn Oberly is getting a little bit more of the guard play and as a 3. She was just about the exact same size in junior high, which if you're going to have a 5'7", 5'8" player in junior high, she's going to be a post no matter what. So this is a transition for her to the guard. Zinger makes her first free throw. She has 4 of Kiowa County's 6 points. Jager's going to take a break. Haynes coming back in the game for Minneola. And Zinger off the mark on her second free throw. Goes back to Minneola. Harrington works it up the court. Strecker looks inside to Haynes, who gets it down on the baseline to Stewart. Stewart has such a nice shot, but it's just not falling. I'm not exactly sure of her normal statistics, whether that's common for her or not. Brown taking it all the way to the lane and misses the shot. She does not follow her shot, though. Zinger just about had the pick off across the lane. Harrington back out, trying to get it set up for Minneola. They're leaving Haynes open in the middle of the lane. And the shot is complete for Minneola. That was number 10, Natalie Stewart. She finally does drop one. That could be a challenge for Kiowa County if she starts to drop more of those. Get it inside to West, and she takes it off. I think that Stewart got a hand on that. She tried for the free throw line shot. There was so much camaraderie and flow with Kiowa just last week, and right now you're not seeing any of it. It's disjointed. They're not playing together. They're not communicating as well. It's just a harder game for them to get into right now. They are set up in the full court press, trying to cause trouble for Minneola. I'm surprised Oberly didn't get called for that foul. She came in contact with Poff. And a timeout, full timeout's going to be called by Minneola. Kiowa County trails 6-9, 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and we'll be back after this break.
At Centera Bank, we know your family and understand your needs. Locally owned and with 5 convenient locations across Southwest Kansas, we are small enough to know you and big enough to serve you. This is banking that's more than a checking account or a loan. It's about helping you succeed. That's why we're here for you, and together we can build financial success one special moment at a time. Stop in today or visit us online. Centera Bank. It's a pleasure. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the second quarter of play between Kiowa County Lady Mavericks and the Minneola Lady Wildcats. If you're just joining us, Kiowa County is struggling to find a flow in this game tonight. Last Friday they had such a good flow and good camaraderie as a team, and tonight is just a little disjointed. Some of the shots haven't gone in, but they just haven't been able to quite find their own in this game. Minneola is taking advantage of that by staying up just a few points at a time. It does remain with Minneola. Strecker's going to pass it off to the wing there. Kiowa County is active on defense, and they're creating issues for Minneola to try to get it inside. Poff is one of their main players, their leading scorer for sure. She's not having much of a night because of Kiowa County defense. Stewart's looking inside. And Minneola is able to come down with almost every rebound. That time Zinger does come down with it. Gets it into Heft, and she puts in the 2. Heft is more of a presence tonight than I've seen most of the season as a post, especially on the block. Hopefully that can help her gain some confidence, being one of the not senior as in year, but senior as in playing experience girls on this team. Jager's looking for the cut down the lane, passes it off to Minor on the baseline, and it's going to be called out on Minor and heads back to Kiowa County. Harrington checks back in the game for Minor. Kiowa County once again looking to break this half-court trap. Passes it over to Ballard, who gets it inside, and Lingenfelter's going to keep it alive. I think their approach right now is to leave Heft inside, and she goes scooping under the basket with a backwards layup. Nice view on her point. Minneola still trying to work it around. That's an outside shot by Strecker. Oh, that was in and out. Her second attempt at the three-point shot, and she did make her first one, so she can afford to continue taking those. Mishandled by Lingenfelter. That's a rare mishandle by her part. She doesn't usually get the turnover. That she does get back with the steal. Nice view on her part. She does get the layup on the right-hand side. Redeemed herself a little bit there after passing the ball away. Good help defense, gets back to guard Harrington with a box out and a rebound from Powell. That gave Kiowa County a little bit of momentum. They're gonna see if they can keep that going. Oh, and another lazy cross-court pass. But baseline shot from Janessa Zinger. When she gets the confidence and gets things flowing, she's nearly unstoppable for the other team. 14-9, Kiowa County has gone on a run here. They were down 8-9, 6-0 streak here for them. Oh, and Poff is left open on the block. I think that Zinger just missed where she was. Ballard pushing it down to Powell, and they tried to get it into Heft, but she looks like she's struggling a little bit. Gonna check West back in for her. You can see on the replay, Lingenfelter's steal to the layup. This is gonna be Kiowa County's out under their own basket. And off of Jager's hands continues to White. Zinger out under the basket.
Coming back to Zinger.
And a three-point shot. That's her second from that exact same spot. Kiowa County is now on a run. Extended their streak to 9. Cross-court pass to Fallon Haynes. She's trying to get it inside. Passes back out to Jager. They're trying a lot of great things here on offense, but it's just not working against Kiowa County's strong defense.
Yeah, they've definitely been playing great defense the entire night. Offensively, they're a little ragged, but some of that's Minneola too. They're being pretty aggressive and making them work, but this is a great run right here. 11-0.
Strecker open on the wing. She does miss though, and it goes back to Kiowa County. Just 2:12 left in this first half. Kiowa County's finally started to make things click here, and West shoots. That's usually a nice shot for her up
Great
front
rebound by Janessa.
Around the free throw line. Taken by Tasha Tuttle. And West gets on the floor to fight for the jump ball.
That'll stay with Kiowa County. That's good hustle.
McVeigh is checking in the game for West. It's interesting to me how little time the posts are staying in for Kiowa County. I'm not sure if he wants to keep them fresh or what's happening.
Yeah, they're playing a couple minutes max and then rotating a new one in.
Kiowa County
Coming
on the
back to her
inbounds. And Jaeger again with a tip away. She's getting her hand on a lot tonight.
They tried to run that same play she hit the 3 on before, and they read it. They have another play where instead of coming to the same side, she goes to the other side. Might try that one next time.
Powell and Zinger passing it back and forth, and she tries to get it into McVeigh, but she had already turned, looking the other direction. Obviously frustrated with herself, but that's something that she can overcome and shake off. And Stewart gets in on the left side. Left-handed layup, works around McVeigh, who's visibly flustered.
Yes. You can't let one side of the floor hurt you on the other end of the floor.
Oh, and another baseline attempt at a pass. It is open, but that is such a tricky pass to make because you have to make a line pass, basically.
Yeah.
You
Especially
can't
as a
go
bounce
anywhere.
pass.
Yeah.
You can't throw a bounce pass all the way across there.
And Brown goes back in for Powell. Just 1:10 left in this first half. Kiowa County had such a nice flow going, but Minneola's been able to break it up a bit. Really by Jaeger on defense. She's disrupted the flow for Kiowa County.
Part of the problem there is when you're setting a screen, you got to actually screen someone, and the other thing is you got to go shoulder to shoulder so they can't sneak through, which is what Jaeger's being able to do. Nice back cut.
And that's a hard thing to practice on. Oh, nice
Nice.
baseline take from Zinger. She takes it in hard, gets fouled on the shot, and it just barely rolls in. She's having an outstanding night. 9 points already, now puts her on the line. Yes, as you mentioned, that's a hard thing, especially in high school ball, to do because you get used to running the same plays against your own team who knows those plays. And it can get to be where you feel lazy or just walk through the motions. And then in a game, when you really need it, it's harder to put it in motion.
Yeah, definitely.
Double digits for Zinger. She now has 12. Oh, and a steal from Heft. That was the double dribble that they didn't catch. And Tuttle tries to pass it into Zinger. A little bit too far.
Thought that was a nuke. Thought maybe the way Janessa was playing, she was going to go up and throw that one down. Guess not.
She's got another couple years for
Right.
that. Minneola feeling the urgency of time running out here with 35 seconds left. They've only scored 2 points to Kiowa County's 11. And Jaeger tried to go for a foul call against her. And a timeout is called by Coach Durstheim for Kiowa County. That was a really smart move on his part because Zinger was obviously trapped, potentially looking at a 5-second call. I think that they would have fouled her, bailing her out. Instead, it's going to be Kiowa County's on their baseline, and this should give them a good opportunity to get it down the court and look for another score.
They should be able to, especially if they've been attacking down the sides. It's been great, and then if it can come back up across the other side, it's been wide open with different, whether it be a post feed, whether it be a shot from the corner, whether it be something from the high post. They just got to start it on one side, drop it down, make the zone collapse, bring it back up over to the other side, and they're going to get a good shot, and they have plenty of time to do that.
That's what they were lacking at the beginning of this game, the movement side to side, and they've picked that up a little bit more in these last few minutes, and it's showing based on how they're playing and how they're scoring.
The more you can make a zone expand and collapse, drop and come back up. There's a
Oh, nice take in from Ballard, but she lacks the confidence to want to keep the ball, which can be good from a point guard, not to be selfish, but when you are unselfish to a fault, it ends up hurting your team a little bit because she should have shot that. Minneola looking for a score, and it's going to be off Minneola and back to Kiowa County. Just 6 seconds left in this first half of play. Kiowa County leads 20-11.
shoot it up.
Oh, and Zinger,
Wow.
Zinger was fouled, but Hef just about got the putback. Kiowa County leads 20-11 at halftime versus Minneola. We're gonna go for the break of half and bring you back with second half action.
Video Club is back at the Kiowa County Media Center. Open on Tuesdays from 6 to 8 o'clock at the Media Center. Video Club offers students from junior high and high school the opportunity to learn about video, produce video, and broadcast our very own high school sports activities. Headed by Grant Newhold, he is a creative mind behind Video Club's creation and rebirth of it as well.
Video Club is an after-school program, typically on Tuesday nights from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, open for students from junior high all the way through high school. We get together and learn all there is to know about video production and video broadcasting, and the students kind of dictate what it is they want to learn, and I'm here to help them learn that.
Many people don't know what Video Club is, though, and they don't think they have any reason to go, but they should reconsider.
Well, the reason I think people should come to Video Club is just for the pure opportunity to learn something new, something very exciting, something very helpful for whatever profession that these students choose to go into.
I come to Video Club because I learn a lot of things that I wouldn't normally learn just by going to school, especially if you're going into video production or broadcast or anything like that. It's pretty broad.
This isn't the first time Video Club has been available, though.
Well, we originally had Video Club when I first got here in 2010 and 2011 school year because I noticed that there was not a class at the school for the kids to be able to learn video production or broadcasting. As time went on, the school adjusted their classes and started offering video production and broadcasting as a class at the school, so I felt like the kids had the ability to get that education at school and also get credit for it.
One project that Video Club has done in the past is a PSA for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, encouraging participants to donate after they complete the challenge. Another project that they are hard at work at is the intros for the Kiowa County Mavericks basketball productions. Usually a seasonal thing, the sports intros play before the game starts for every home game. So, if you're looking into video production or just want to learn a little bit about video, come on down to Video Club.
I like KCGH because when I moved here, everyone was welcome.
I like Kiowa County because Impact teaches you leadership.
I love being a KCGH Maverick because the school is very nice and clean.
I think Kiowa County School is cool because it's the first K through 12 school to get a LEED Platinum in Kansas.
I like being a Kiowa County student because I get to hang out with my friends and all the other students are nice and they care about others, not just themselves.
I like KCJH because of all the opportunities in sports and other activities.
I like Kiowa County Junior High because our sports teams show sportsmanship.
I like being a Maverick because we have enthusiasm, win or lose.
I love Kiowa County because my teachers makes me happy.
I like being a KCGH student because the students and teachers treat you right.
I like being a KCJH Maverick because YFC brings donuts once a week.
I like Kiowa County because, well, when people are sad, other people go to support them.
I like being a KCJH Maverick because YFC brings donuts once a week.
Okay, I want you to say it again. I want you to say it a little slower. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Tina, why do you like Kiowa County?
The Big Well Museum is a marvel of pioneer engineering, one of the 8 wonders of Kansas, and it continues to amaze visitors from all over the world. A captivating design and interactive exhibits tell the stories of Greensburg's past, the devastating tornado, and rebuilding for a sustainable future. Spiral down into the well, or from the second-story observatory, discover the tornado's mile-wide path of destruction and the newly rebuilt Greensburg. The Big Well Museum, much more than just a hole in the ground.
It's that time of year again for Christmas trees and gift giving, but the Kiowa County High School SCA members have a different tradition, like the annual soup supper. Saying a prayer before they get started, all the members get to work. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes is an international non-profit Christian sports ministry based in Kansas City, Missouri. It was founded by the Eastern Oklahoma basketball coach Don McClain.
I got involved with FCA because I grew up around it, and so I knew that once I got older, it was something that I wanted to be a part of.
Members of the community can help by bringing soup or other foods like desserts, or by donating and eating the soup.
I like that we can come to school and actually participate in a religion, because it's not really like a thing you do in school.
10 to 15% of the earnings go to the Angel Tree.
As far as, being a leader, it doesn't matter if, you're an adult leader or a student that's a leader. To me, the main thing is you just need to understand and have a relationship with Christ.
And the rest go to special breakfasts or camps for the kids. This year's soup supper had a great turnout, and everyone left with full bellies and a happy heart.
This box may look like an ordinary box to you, but to less fortunate children it is God's love in a tangible form. Operation Christmas Child was started by Franklin Graham, President and CEO of Samaritan's Purse. In September, the Kiowa County High School student body gathered gifts in these categories: toys, supplies, non-liquid hygiene items, accessories, and a personal note. After the high school finished packing boxes, they were then sent to Mary Mayhew, the Relay Center coordinator of the Greensburg Methodist Church.
I'm Mary Mayhew, and I'm the Relay Center coordinator for the Greensburg area. I think our family first learned about it in 1995, and we started packing a few boxes. Well, this is our 6th year after the tornado. We sent 581 boxes from this area. The church itself packed 191. Well, God has given me a passion for kids, and being able to reach kids around the world with the message of Jesus Christ is important to me, and the shoebox is an easy way to do that.
There's no two shoe boxes alike, kind of like these snowflakes. No two snowflakes are alike. But every shoe box is important, because when you pack that box and you fill it with your love for these kids around the world, and when you pray for the child who's going to get your box, God hears those prayers and God answers those prayers. You say, I want the children of the world to know that God loves them and He has not forgotten them. And I want to thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for being a part of Operation Christmas Child. God bless you, and a Merry Christmas.
I want to tell you about a hometown team coming to Kiowa County. It's a display from May 9th to June 21st inside the Kiowa County Commons building. You can contact Katie Ritter for more information at 723-1125, but mark your calendars for the traveling exhibit presented by the Smithsonian Institute and Kansas Humanities Council. Though Kiowa County started off a little bit slow, they were down 8-9 at one point, and I don't think they had led up to that point, and then they took off on a run. Now they lead 20-11. They finally were getting their motion under control, figuring out what they needed to do to get the points rolling.
Yeah, and the thing that helped them out so much was just being so consistent defensively until their offense caught up. That defense kept them in the game, didn't let them get too far ahead. It was just I think you said 9-8. I thought I saw 9-6 at one point, but either way, to only give up 11 for a half, their defense was great, and then finally their defense led to some offense. So
Exactly. And what started happening was the confidence came back to Kiowa County at that point. So Zinger took a baseline three-point shot she had made previously, but then she's had a few take-ins. Heft started to get the ball inside. The other post started to get a little bit of movement inside, outside. Just confidence overall goes a long ways for this Kiowa County team.
Yeah, most definitely. It'd be nice to see more people get into the scoring column this half. Only 3 people scored for Kiowa County. So it'd be, and I mean, to be honest with you, the other 2 that haven't scored of the starters don't really look to shoot that much. So they're primarily defense, and they should be praised because their defense was fantastic in the first half.
But as you mentioned, Kiowa County usually has 5 to 6 players that score at least a little bit during the game. So though Zinger and her 12 points are kind of carrying the team right now, others can look for opportunities and, if anything, get the rebound for the posts.
Exactly.
And for Minneola, it's pretty consistent between a few of the players for scoring. Stewart's looked at a few. Haynes has looked for a few. Poff, who is their leading scorer, hasn't had much opportunity because of the defense that Kiowa County has played against her. She only has 2 points, but she also has 2 fouls, so she has seen some bench time.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of fronting her and backside help as much as they can. And she's had a couple looks, and what happens when, a lot of people don't realize that when you play really good defense 85% of the time, that 1 or 2 trips where all of a sudden they got an open look, they're not ready to shoot it because they're thinking there's someone else there. So sometimes when you get caught in a screen and different stuff, because she has missed, she's missed a couple really, really good shots too. So a little confusion there. Minneola wanted to score and then play offense again.
It's happened before. Kiowa County does have possession back on offense, and I think that's going to be called a travel, and it is. Heft coming down on Stewart's leg there, I think, in a little bit of pain, but she shakes it off, and it goes back to Minneola. I think Heft just caught it a little off balance.
Kiowa County's going to 2-3 this half. A little change up from the 1-3-1 they played. So, in fact, they are in a box and 1 with Morgan Powell on Poff.
It's an effective defense. I don't think Minneola is exactly sure what to do. Unfortunately, Haynes snuck in there on the bottom side. Kiowa County has to talk if they're going to do a box and 1. You have to know where everybody's at all times. You have a little bit more area to cover when there's just 4 doing so. And Stewart that time gets it on the right-hand block. She should have had that shot, but she missed and went back to Kiowa County. And Powell with a rare shot from the right-hand side. She decides she's just going to take it back right quick. A jump ball goes back to Kiowa County.
She had a great hesitation dribble out here where, and that got her wide open. She just put on the full brakes and then took off again, and she looked up and, well, might as well shoot it wide open. And she's got a good shot, too.
She does have a good shot. Once again, as we mentioned earlier, the confidence is what's lacking a little bit there. 3-point miss from Zinger. She wasn't quite set, pushed it a little bit because of the defense coming in.
That was the play I was talking about in the first half where she comes around to this other side, and that way she was able to get that shot off. It was good.
She has a nice 3-point shot, but
she does.
Even good 3-point shooters have their favorite spots.
Exactly.
And so
she really likes the corner.
She does. Minneola trying to work it around. They've had good passing this game.
Now they're in a 1-2-2. Changing things all over the place.
And a steal from Powell. Immediate foul from Harrington, trying to stop her from getting a break. Great read on her part. It's going to be out for Kiowa County on the sideline. See there on the replay, the steal. Powell read it all the way across the lane. Ballard looks in, kicks it to Zinger. And Ballard steps up for a rare 3. Beautiful shot from the top. You can see her in motion, and she kind of looks a little embarrassed. She does not like to be the center of attention, but that was a nice shot. if Kiowa County can really start to look at those shots from Lingenfelter, Zinger, Ballard, that's hard to guard.
Exactly.
It's a travel from Stewart. Harrington's going to take a break. Miner's coming in to check in for her, and Brown is giving Lingenfelter a break for Kiowa County. Kiowa County now leading 23-12, a very different game than they started off with. A little bit more comfortable for them. Oh, and another cross-court pass. Kiowa County has that habit of wanting to do a cross-court pass, but if anybody's in the way, it's not going to work.
Right. Especially when you throw it at head level.
You also don't want to lob it up there necessarily, because then
Right.
it has too much time in the air. So really, you just shouldn't do it. And Minneola is looking inside, and it is picked off by Kiowa County. Janessa Zinger.
Good look up.
Heft looks for the turnaround, and Zinger takes the shot. Sometimes I am amazed by her arch that she has on the shot. It looks like it's going to just be a floater, but then it ends up coming back down. Powell with the attempt to put back, and it is blocked by Poff.
That ball might be wet, as high as it was in the air.
Yeah, no kidding. It stays with Kiowa County under their own basket for the inbounds play. Powell with the pass in. And that was something relatively new for Kiowa County in the last few games.
Nice shot.
Great turnaround jumper from Heft. She had nice body position, good awareness of where she was on the court. As I was mentioning, Powell hasn't been throwing the ball in the whole year. Zinger was doing so, but she's done a great job.
Yeah. I think that's a good switch, actually, because Janessa doesn't really like to do it anyway.
And that's hard to make something work when you're already a little bit hesitant.
Exactly.
So that's going to be a foul called against Kiowa County. Puts Jager on the line. And that was Ballard's first foul of the night. She makes her first of 2 free throws. And that was her first point of the night as well. West and Oberly are both checking in for Heft and Powell, I think, to give them a break. Durstein's rotating quite a few girls in tonight, giving others a break. And she also drops her second free throw.
Ashland played great in the JV game earlier today as far as being aggressive and really looking to rebound and stick her nose in there. Like to see that same thing transfer over into the varsity games as well. And a lot of that's just confidence. She has a lot of confidence in the JV games.
Most definitely. Lack of experience from
Exactly.
a freshman and
Exactly.
having a little bit more of timid personality in
Yes,
general.
she does.
Zinger had a nice expression on her face after missing that shot, but she gets it back with a good defensive play.
Nice
And
move. Nice
takes
move.
it down the baseline. Beautiful job on her part. She's so comfortable. She doesn't even look like she's trying when she does moves like that. She's like, oh, look, I'm open. I might as well go here, and oh, shoot now. She doesn't look like she's exerting
travel.
too much effort even to do so.
Got away with the travel, but she threw it away anyway, so.
Minneola's Coach Haynes is pretty frustrated with his girls right now. They were working their way down the court and then ended up throwing it away. Kiowa County is looking once again to break the half-court trap. They've been so comfortable tonight breaking that, haven't gotten out of control. That's what you want to see.
They need a 2-guard front here. There we go. Got to split the top.
Yes, when you have a defense like a 1-2-2 or
Yeah. Nice. Look opposite.
Kiowa County is trying to get it inside, but it's not quite working.
There it is.
Brown is working so hard, and she took it up that time. I don't disagree with that move because she was trying to make something happen, but the 3 players collapsed on her. That means that somebody on your team is going to be open, even if it's hard to see them. If you spend that little extra time looking, it's worth it. Harrington on the three-point shot, and it is off and rebounded to Oberle. That is one thing that Oberle excels at, is finding the rebound.
But she may be arguably the most athletic player on the whole team, even as a freshman.
Most definitely. As I mentioned earlier, she's been just about the same size for a few years now, so she's coming into comfort with her own body and able to figure out how to use that athleticism.
Yeah.
And Minneola again mishandling on the fast break. You can tell what they want to do, but it's a matter of executing. That's been the struggle for them tonight. 2:40 left in this third quarter. Several substitutions coming in for Kiowa County for fresh legs, and Minneola is going to call a timeout. Kiowa County leads 27-14, 2:40 left in the third, and we'll be back after this break.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service.
Want to recognize one of our sponsors, the Big Well and Visitor Info Center. They host the world's largest hand-dug well museum and visitor center with exhibits of the history of Greensburg tornado and rebuilding sustainable. You can call Stacy Barnes for more information at 723-4102 or visit at 315 South Sycamore. And it is an incredibly beautiful building there with the museum above the Big Well.
Yeah.
Definitely worth your time.
Nice art on the outside. It's just I mean, it matches all of Greensburg since the rebuild. There's just a lot of really pretty buildings and architecture, and definitely unique to such a small town.
Exactly. Kiowa County now with the ball, looking to break that half court. West attempting to keep it alive. It's a little challenging to try to dribble around when that's not your job.
Right.
You have to focus just as much on keeping control of it than you. Pass into Tuttle on the baseline. Oh, and I knew that was going to get knocked away. Kiowa County's gotten a little lazy there with Harrington, and she is bound and determined to get that ball. Timeout called by Durstein, who is obviously angry. 30-second timeout called by Kiowa County. 27-14 is the score. Not much has changed here. We'll be back after this break. Want to recognize our sponsor, Centera Bank, here in Greensburg. You can visit them at centerabank.com. They're also in Minneola, Satana, Sublette, and Dodge City. I think both coaches were equally angry with their teams at that point in time. And a baseball pass to Lingefelter. She tries to get up ahead, but Harrington is going to come up behind her. She is a very quick player.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough pass. I mean, that takes a lot of arm strength to throw it that far and hit someone in stride there.
And Minneola attempted to come down with that rebound. Goes off Kiowa County and out of bounds.
Tierra's frustrated with that last shot, but you know, when she goes back and looks at the tape and stuff, she realizes that she just didn't have her feet set at all. She didn't give herself much of a chance of that going in.
Rotzer subs in for Minneola. Her first minutes of the game. I think that Haynes is going deep on his bench right now because he is
gotta
not
give that up.
happy.
She has got to give that up.
Brown looking down the court, keeps her dribble. That's a hard thing, especially on the steal. It's up in the air. Sometimes it's okay to pass away, and sometimes if you've gotten it picked off before, you can lose confidence in that pass and you want to keep it yourself. So there's definitely a benefit to looking cross court. Brown does make her first free throw. Especially being a post, though, I was always taught you don't dribble when you're a post. It's much better if it's in the hands of somebody more capable. Although if I did start take it off, I wasn't going to stop to pass because I didn't know how very well.
Maybe that's the issue there.
Roots are on the right-hand side. She passes off to Dibert, and a steal from Kiowa County. You can tell Coach Haynes is not quite sure what to do with his girls right now. He's trying to find a oh, that should have been a travel there for Minneola. She caught it and fell on her knees.
Coach Durstein wanted a backcourt, but the rule is 3 points. Both feet and the ball have to be backcourt.
Steal from Lingefelter and a right-handed layup. This is pretty much a running game right now for both teams. Passing it away, getting it back, running down the sideline. Attempting to make something happen. Just a minute left in this third quarter. And Kiowa County with another steal. Lingefelter looking to make something happen, but wisely pulls it out to the top. Looking into Heft and back up to Lingefelter. Nice attention by her to see where the defense was coming, but Heft taps it away again. Goodness, Minneola is having a heck of a time right now.
Nice pass.
Oh, beautiful pass across the lane from Lingefelter. She saw the opening on the left-hand side, but then she was picked up, so she looked across. It's unfortunate that Minneola had a hand on it.
Hey, 10.
Yeah, not 6, 10. Good catch.
And Minneola is substituting. Kiowa County has it under their own basket with just 25 seconds left in this third quarter. Looking to get it in, and Heft, she is really strong tonight with that left-hand turn and the right-hand putback.
That's the second time she's made that move herself.
And once again, Minneola is trying so hard to get quick down the court, but every time they do that, they've thrown it away.
Yeah, I mean, Kiowa County's defense has just flustered them to no end. I mean, Minneola's a team that's beaten Satana fairly handily. Won, I think, at least 2, if not 3 games at the conference tournament. And I mean,
they beat Buckland on Tuesday.
And yeah, they
very
beat Buckland.
Good teams. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Kiowa County leads 33-14, extending much more between them and Minneola. And we'll be back after this break for the fourth quarter. I want to recognize our sponsor, the People's Bank. Full service banking at 102 South Oak. You can reach them at 723-2761 or at bellbank.com. That's BELLE bank.com. It's going to be Minneola's ball just at the half-court line. They have struggled. They were leading at 9 at one point and haven't led since then and have only scored 5 points. Kiowa County, on the other hand, has taken off, really figured things out.
Ooh. I don't know about that.
It's going to stay with Minneola. Yeah, I think
Looked like
that
she
was.
drove baseline and just threw it straight out of bounds.
Yep.
Maybe.
She tried to wrap back around. I
Yeah.
know it hit somebody, but
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
quite sure if it
Maybe
hit
it did.
Kiowa County. Jager trying to keep the ball alive. Looks like the starters are back in for Minneola. Haynes gave his girls a break, I think looking for something more to happen. Oh, and that should have been a travel there by
Most
Powell.
definitely.
Didn't jump stop very well.
There you go.
Kiowa County trying just to keep it alive. And a foul's gonna be called on McVeigh, an over the back call. Hef tried to do the wraparound under the basket again. She got that earlier. And it wasn't a bad look, but this time the defense was against her.
It's a pretty tough shot if you don't have the right angle. That wasn't a bad angle, though, and it almost went in.
More substitutions by Minneola. Coach Haynes looking to find a combination that will work. And good awareness by Heft as she traveled down the court along with the offense.
You know, Kiowa County's got 10 hands out there, but as far as Minneola's concerned, it must seem like there's 20 because they are getting their hands on everything.
And Zinger has good hold on the ball. She is fouled. 3 defenders right around her as she brought down that rebound. 7 minutes left in this game. Kiowa County with a comfortable lead at this point. And Zinger, as soon as she got it, she took off. That left hand.
She's so good off the dribble.
She is good off the dribble, and she's great on the left-hand side, which is not common for a right-hand player, especially one that's not a point guard. You can see on the replay here, immediately she takes it, looks inside. She has 16 points for the night.
Maybe 19.
Oh, that was a good shot.
I shouldn't have said that.
Good rebound by Heft. It does go back to Minneola, though. And a 3-point shot taken by number 11, Hannah Wilsick, just a sophomore for Minneola. I think that's her first
And she just checked into the game.
minutes of the night. But as we mentioned, Haynes is trying to figure out something.
Right idea, a little late there. She was wide open on the backside.
Another substitution for Minneola. Poth goes to the bench, and Brown checks in for Kiowa County. Zinger on the inbounds, and easy jump shot for Brown. I don't even think anybody guarded her.
No, but then Minneola was kind of asleep right there.
Why run a play when something's going to be right there in front of you? Harrington on the 3-point shot. That's 2 back-to-back 3-point shots from Minneola. It's pretty much matched the amount of points they scored in the last 2 quarters combined in the last 2 minutes. And Zinger tries to go along the right-hand side. It was good of her to continue taking it to the basket. She was a little bit too low, but she was fouled. That'll put her on the line for 2.
She is great on that baseline. Not only does she like the corner shots for the threes, but then if she also has to put it on the floor and drive, she's so effective as it, or at it, that against a 1-3-1, it's no surprise she's got 16 because she gets to roam the baseline the whole time.
She really does. Haynes checks back in 3 Wildcats. Zinger made her first free throw and looks for her second. Oh, and that one falls a little bit short. Uncommon for her, actually. If anything, she overshoots because of that arch that she puts on it.
No
And
box.
that time, Strecker went for the 3, but it does bounce over the backboard.
Kiowa County was very fortunate there because 5 girls stood and looked at the ball and didn't.
Oh, and Brown that time tried to look for the baseball pass. Wasn't quite long enough to find her girl.
Yeah, and that was, when you stare it down that you're going there, that girl just stuck her hands up and waited for her to actually throw it. Got her hand on it. Oh.
West has done a good job tonight getting down, finding contact with the ball. Jager under the basket for Minneola. Great defense from Kiowa County and a 5-second call. All 5 players played hard defense.
They switched up their out-of-bounds defense there from usually they go 2-3, and that time they went man-to-man, and they probably had a zone inbounds play called.
Kiowa County struggling to get it in, and Brown throws it away. Can't necessarily blame her trying to avoid the 5-second call, but Kiowa County has to set a harder screen.
Yeah. Good steal.
Brown goes for the steal.
Now this one she can keep.
Oh, and that is going to be a charge. She tries to pick it up and take it up against Jager, but she had her feet set.
That was a heck of a charge taken, actually.
You can see here on the replay. Straight into her.
I think that hurt a little.
It's a way to take it, though, for sure.
Exactly.
It's going to be Brown's first foul. Goes back to Minneola.
Poff is noticeably frustrated as she is working her tail off to get open, and no one's even looking at her.
There is nothing more frustrating as a post player.
I mean, she's doing spin moves, she's doing up and under, she's getting pinned on one side, she's doing everything she can to get the ball. And as her leading scorer, you would think they would be looking at her, but they weren't even looking at her. She was frustrated on that possession.
And it wears you out, too.
Exactly.
So somebody was grabbing a hold of Zinger's jersey there. Oh, mishandled twice. Looked like West was going to be able to pull back into it for Kiowa County. Throws it away. Something about a press breaker makes you feel like you have to move 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, not at all.
But everybody tries to. Oh, and that's going to be a foul on the 3-point shot. Brown hasn't been able to get into a groove tonight, really just struggling to make things click for her.
Three new, 4 new coming into the game now.
Harrington's going to have 3 shots here since she was fouled on the 3-pointer.
Let's play a game. Who's going to stay in?
I would imagine that Ballard will. Oh, now we got 5. It's no game. Nobody.
My guess is nobody's going to stay in the game.
That is a good guess.
I'm good at this game.
And her second shot is in. That was a valuable foul to give for Minneola, not for Kiowa County. All 5 Mavericks are switched out. Harrington with her 3rd shot, and she does miss that one. Kiowa County does not box out that time, though.
Good rebound.
Hef trying to fight through 3
Good
defenders,
job.
finally hits it off the foot of the defender. Goes back to the Mavericks. And
I've never fully understood the harass the person who got the rebounder tactic. It just seems like you're leaving people wide open.
And Hef tried to get it in bounds. Nobody was open, and it's going to go back to Minneola. You can see here she tried to hit it off the defender, and it just bounced back in bounds.
Kiowa County tried to run their first motion of that press break, and then when they weren't open, just stood there. Wow.
Oh, so many just turn and look. It is a hard thing. I was playing basketball the other night, and you can say it all day when you're sitting on the sidelines, but it is a hard concept to really find somebody, push them back, and hold that until the ball comes down. It's a natural tendency to want to just turn around and look for it.
Right. and go get it.
Off the front of the rim for Stewart. She's going to have a second attempt here.
You know, one thing about all the good teams, some are great offensive teams that makes them pretty good, some are great defensive teams that make them pretty good, but every good team can also rebound.
And as we mentioned earlier, Oberle has great rebounding ability. She has nice timing and she's willing to hold those boxes. Foul is called against Minneola, and
that should be 1-on-1.
Just their 6th foul, I think. So it's going to be Kiowa County is looking to break the press. Kiowa County leads 38-22, 3:53 left in the game, and we'll be back after this break.
What is Rotary? Rotary is working together with common values and vision. Rotary is worldwide to eradicate polio, dig clean water wells, and save lives. Together, Rotarians grow local economies like ours, right here in Kiowa County. Rotary activities bring leaders together to combine resources for community success. You can be a part of the big picture. Support Rotary projects here and abroad. Join us. Place service over self. Together in Rotary.
I want to recognize our sponsor, People's Insurance, proud supporter of the Mavericks. They will take care of your home, auto, farm, business, and crop insurance. You can contact them at 723-2809 or at peopleinsurancekas.com. It's been a very active 4th quarter for Minneola and Kiowa County. Minneola has significantly increased their scoring this quarter. They just had 9 points going in. Now they have 22, and Kiowa County still has a sizable lead with 38.
Yeah. All the way. Good.
Oh, nice take in by Powell. Great confidence.
Powell owes Tuttle a snack or something from the snack bar, because Tuttle did a great job of sealing that defender that was trying to get there to help. And normally that's a post player that does that, but Tuttle did a great job.
It was a funny interaction between her and Coach Durstein right after. You could tell he was so proud of her, and she was proud of herself.
Good job.
Hopefully we can see some more of that from Powell. That's going to be a travel on Minor. Goes back to Kiowa County. Stewart's going to come back in the game for Minor.
Tell you what, if Morgan Powell takes off, she's got a layup.
Lingenfelter's going to try her again. Looks across to Ashlyn Oberle, but it meets the thigh of a defender before it got to her. Heth looking to make something happen. She kicks it back out. Smart move on her part. Kiowa County's trying to make a few adjustments against the defense.
Nice drive.
It was a nice drive. I think she was out of control the entire time, but it ended up looking pretty smooth.
Looked like she volleyball set it up there because she lost it as she was going up.
That does put Tuttle on the line for free throws.
Here it is.
That gives Harrington her 3rd foul. She misses her first of 2 free throws, and Ballard checks in for Oberle. Lots of substitutions for Kiowa County. I think it's kept the whole team fresh legs. And Poff with the rebound. Harrington pushes it up the court to Jagger.
Crowd is excited, chanting Kobe, Kobe, which is Skylar Odell's nickname. Gonna check into the game. She's a fan favorite.
She's going in for the first time tonight, senior.
It's like the college teams who have their favorite walk-on, that when there's a blowout, the walk-on's gonna come on, and they usually have a nickname for him. So here we go, Skylar Odell, AKA Kobe.
Gave a little head shake to the fans over there. Heft makes her free throw on the front end of 1-and-1. Gives her a second attempt. And she also makes her second free throw. Such a smooth shot there from Heft. She's had a great night. That's her
She really
12th
has.
point. I haven't seen many games this year where she's in double digits, so I'm sure that's comforting for her and giving her some confidence.
Yeah, she hasn't had many, and we've talked in other broadcasts where it's been tough for her to score down on the block, and tonight she's done it.
Good defense on Poff, able to prevent fouling there. Oh, and a look in for Skylar Odell. Powell does get the rebound and keeps it in to Ballard. Oh, great pass. That's one thing that Powell does well is sees the court, sees where passes can go. Strecker with a 3-point, and it was airballed. Tough pass to make there. Jager looks inside, but it's mishandled. And Powell pushes it up the floor inside to Heft. Good taken. Just under 2 minutes left in this game. Kiowa County up 44-22. And Wildcats just appear to be a little dejected. I think that they had such a rough game trying to figure out what would work, especially coming off of several games, it sounds like, that went well.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
There was definitely contact made on that, and unfortunately it was called against Heft. Was not bad defense on her part, though.
Lingenfelter for Lingenfelter here. Sierra's going to let her older sister play a little bit.
With the Lingenfelter announcing.
That's right. Good stuff.
Poff on the free throw here, and she misses it, and rebound to Odell. Oh, and a travel is called. Stumbles a little coming down with the free throw, or with the rebound, rather. Good time to play your substitutes.
Oh, yeah.
Double the points, and just a couple minutes left on the clock. Oh, Kiowa County just about picks it up, and a foul is called. I thought that was going to be a travel for a second.
With the score the way it is, I mean, you're going to get a lot more fouls called on those 50-50 where it could have been a travel, could have been a foul. Referees are human, too. And that's not to say that wasn't a foul. It very well could have been, but it seemed like in the first half anything like that was probably a travel.
Harrington makes her first of 2 free throws, set up to shoot her second. She's had a pretty good game tonight.
Yeah, for being a freshman, I think she's going to be pretty good down the line. In fact, there's a lot of good freshmen in the SPA conference. Buckland's got a real good one. From what I heard, South Central's starting 2 now, and they just won the conference tournament. Harrington starts here. There's an Endicott girl from Ashland that starts. It's a freshman.
Kiowa County has good freshmen, and Sierra Lingenfelter and Ashlyn Oberle not playing very many minutes, but also with Alex McVeigh.
Alex McVeigh, too. And then I don't know all the teams, so we haven't seen them all, but there is a lot of good freshmen in this conference.
There really are. You haven't seen a team that has a ton of seniors or juniors that are going to be leaving, which will make it interesting for these teams in the next few years. I know it was a very competitive league just in junior high the last couple of years, so for those girls to be in high school now. And Lingenfelter takes it down, looks all the way in on the right side, has strong defense, and draws the foul. It's going to be put on the line.
Little sister's on the bench waving the towel, standing up. That's good to see.
She misses her first of 2 free throws. It's hard to come off the bench cold even after JV play. I mean, that's a while in the past now. She misses her second free throw too. It's picked up by Minneola. Just 1:12 left to play in this game. Kiowa County leads 44-23. Starting to stack up their wins here post-tournament. Jager takes it in. Nice job on her part, finding the rebound, taking it back up.
She is a strong girl. How old is she?
That's going to be, I thought a timeout was being called, but ball staying in play. Jager must have had some contact to the face. Yeah, you can tell there on the replay. But she still sunk the 2. Under a minute left to play in this game. I was a little bit concerned with how it would go for Kiowa County in the first quarter especially, because they were not getting things together, but they brought it together. That was a nice curl from Skylar Odell, recognizing where Powell was. Powell hit her, drew the foul, and is going to put her on the line.
That's a real nice play they run there. That's a set that he calls out a few times, and it's high post, post-to-post screen, actually. And it works a lot.
Odell misses her first free throw. And she makes her second.
Kobe's fan section was very happy about that.
Just 32 seconds left. I have no idea how Hannah Wilsick has made both of those 3-pointers. Impressive.
Yes.
Came from the waist. It's a great job that she did, though.
Right. Uh-oh.
Oh, a little bit too powerful there from Ballard. And a foul's going to be called against.
I think she called out of bounds.
Oh, out of bounds. Okay, goes back to Kiowa County.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell when Ballard is nervous because she shoots off a little bit of a loose cannon there to try to get it to a teammate.
Oh, Kobe again. No.
Missed baseline shot from Lingenfelter, goes back to Minneola. Under a second left to play. Kiowa County's gonna take the W, 45-28. Stick around to watch the boys' action after this. And this is a Kiowa County Media Center bringing you the Kiowa County Sports.
Kiowa County School, located in Greensburg, Kansas, is an innovation leader. The school serves pre-kindergarten through 12th grade students from Mullinville, Greensburg, and Haviland. The facility, all housed under one roof, was recently granted LEED Platinum certification. The school was built in response to the destruction of school facilities in Greensburg during an EF5 tornado that destroyed 95% of the town in 2007. As the town rebuilt, the community committed to building back responsibly and sustainably. The administration and the Board of Education for USD 422, with the support of the communities the school serves, have created a one-of-a-kind school facility that has quality learning environment for students. The building itself is a learning tool, and the district welcomes visitors to learn about sustainability by visiting and touring the structure. The exterior of the building features 3 different kinds of low-maintenance surfaces. The first exterior surface is reclaimed cypress, recovered from the aftermath of the Hurricane Katrina disaster in 2006. It is a low maintenance and has to be sealed just once every 2 to 3 years. The dark gray material that you see is zinc imported from France. The second exterior surface material is durable and completely maintenance-free. It will look exactly the same 50 years from now. The third exterior surface is limestone cladding and not only comes from a local vendor in the Great Bend, Kansas area, but also requires no labor or materials to maintain it, even with high exposure to Kansas weather extremes. From outside the auxiliary gymnasium, visitors can see how the school is organized. From this location, visitors notice our shared spaces. Our facility is a pre-kindergarten through 12th grade facility, and so to avoid the expense of building duplicate spaces, all of our students share some common areas under one roof. Those shared spaces are all on this main floor and include the gymnasiums, the cafeteria, the library, and the music room. One of the most visually striking elements of our building is the interior wood, visible from any classroom and in many of the shared spaces. The wood is both aesthetically appealing and helps with acoustics. All the interior wood is reclaimed fir from old barns in southeast Kansas and from a warehouse in California. Another sustainable feature of our building is the use of burnished block and polished concrete floors. Surfaces that require painting, like sheetrock walls, shampooing, like carpet, stripping and waxing, like tiled floors, are expensive to maintain over the life cycle of the building, not only requiring money for paint and paint supplies, wax and shampoo, but also for the labor itself. This building eliminates most of that expense. Many of our walls do not require paint, and the floor surface throughout the whole building, with the exception of 3 office spaces, is polished concrete, cleaned with basic soap and water. Inside our gymnasiums, visitors can see how architects utilize another green element throughout the building. Natural day lighting lights many spaces, but is probably most noticeable during the normal school day in our gyms. During the school day, even on cloudy days, lights are either off or use very few lumens to light many spaces in the building. This is our school's weight room. This serves as a physical education elective classroom during the day and an exercise facility for employees after hours. Some of the most popular features here for students and staff are the customized weight equipment with our school's logo and the iPod docking station. Here in the cafeteria, you again see the reclaimed wood that helps with acoustics and tempers noise. The kitchen staff serves from one end of the cafeteria, and at the other end is a concession stand for activities that our school hosts. There are several kinds of seating, including standard tables, tall tables, a countertop that faces the courtyard, and, when the weather permits, outdoor seating. As part of the school's green design, we do have a recycling room. Paper, plastic, cardboard, and other items that are used in abundance are brought to this room and then taken to our county's recycling center. The band and vocal room is separated from the main part of the building by an outdoor walkway. In bad weather, these large doors can be closed to help block the cold winds from the north as students pass from the main building to the music classroom. The outdoor classroom offers teachers and students the opportunity to take advantage of outdoor learning. Here, as in the rest of the building, students have access to Wi-Fi. The building is heated and cooled using geothermal technology, another green option for newly constructed buildings. There are 96 wells that run 410 feet deep. This system heats and cools the building at a much lower cost to the school district. During the summer months, when we are cooling the building, the facility also uses something called a cooling tower. Hot outside air is piped into the tower and it passes through what appears to be a mini rainstorm inside the cooling tower. Every school features lockers and cubbies for students to store classroom materials during the day. Here at Kiowa County Schools, our lockers and cubbies are made from recycled plastic. Inside each classroom, we utilize the natural day lighting. Also, in each classroom, you see the reclaimed wood that helps with acoustics as well as aesthetics. In addition to the wood in the classroom, fabric-covered acoustic panels help diminish the echo in the learning environment. In order to control light in certain situations, each classroom is also equipped with shades on both sets of windows. The high, out-of-reach windows feature shades that are on a remote control. Another green element that our school uses is a Promethean board, a high-tech interactive chalkboard, so to speak. These boards are interactive boards that allow teachers and students to give and take notes electronically, as well as other interactive educational activities, reducing the amount of paper that is needed each day. In addition, at our school, students are issued a notebook computer for school use that they are allowed to take with them and use at home as well as in the classroom. The workroom features a custom-made cabinet that was specially designed and made for this space. It has been a design that our furniture company liked enough to begin featuring in their catalog. It provides a large workspace and plenty of storage. At some point in the future, the groundwork has been laid to install a green roof. This will someday be located on the roof above the library, just outside the high school teacher's workroom. Until then, the roof is completely functional, and installation can wait until the project is funded. This is a library, and it is one of our shared spaces. It serves students from preschool all the way through 12th grade. The courtyard area is our playground. It features some new playground equipment and a couple of other play areas. The architects who designed the school consulted with child psychologists. They learned that healthy play requires 3 very simple things: for children to have an opportunity, 1, to run, 2, to climb, and 3, to hide. Based on their findings, this design features plenty of room to run, and the pyramid and amphitheater in the center of the courtyard give opportunities to both climb and hide. At the west end of the courtyard, you also see one of the 5 above-ground water cisterns designed to capture rainwater. The school can capture 121,000 gallons of water that is used for watering trees, natural grasses, and the few areas where sod has been planted. As predicted, our data shows that the building is doing exactly what it was designed to do. According to Darren Hedrick, USD 422 Superintendent,
by conserving that water and reducing our irrigation cost, and then also by having waterless urinals and a lot of water-saving features within the building, we've really exceeded our expectation on water conservation. And really about 35 to 45% of the water we used to use is what we use currently. And so we've really exceeded where we thought we were going to be with regard to that, and really pleased with the data and how that's going.
In addition to capturing water, the school installed artificial turf on our largest grassy area, the school's football field. Currently, the school uses 55% less water than used in our prior facilities. The football field and track play host to many sporting events for the school. The field is artificial turf, which is low maintenance. It requires no water and no mowing like other football fields. Currently, the field accommodates 8-man football, but can expand to an 11-man field if the school grows without disturbing the existing track. Also contributing significantly to the facility's environmentally friendly label is the school's 50-kilowatt endurance wind generator. Our generator is among the top 3 producing towers in the world, trading the top spot honors with the unit in London, England, and also with a similar unit right here in Greensburg, owned by the Kiowa County Memorial Hospital. To date, our unit has produced in excess of 366,000 kilowatt hours for savings of around $40,000 in electrical billing. Much of the credit for the vision of this facility has to go to the USD 422 Board of Education and the administrative team that was in place following the destruction of the school. Those administrators are still here, enjoying the fruits of their labors. Also key to the successful completion of this project was undying community support. Because of the joint efforts of folks who live and work here, along with the professionals from B&IM Architects and McCown Gordon Construction, this is an amazing facility in which to educate our students. Kiowa County School, located in Greensburg, Kansas.
Welcome to the Twilight Theater, the crown jewel of entertainment in Southwest Kansas. Unlike anything of its kind, the Twilight Theater and Community Auditorium will be able to host live musical entertainment such as bands, solo artists, and even classical orchestras. Theatrical plays and musicals will have a great venue full of professional lighting and its own concert sound system, like no other theater in rural America. Authors, poets, magicians, motivational speakers, and relationship experts will look at this theater and see a huge opportunity to seek new audiences in a great location. Why would professional acts like these come to Southwest Kansas? Being built in the 21st century allows the Twilight Theater and Community Auditorium to have capabilities unlike any other venue within hundreds of miles, making it a great destination. A partnership with the Kiowa County Media Center facilitates the transformation of a local performance into an internet program streamed to audiences around the world. It is rare for a venue to offer acts the option of live programming, which gives rise to reaching beyond a live audience and drives growth for a larger fan base. This feature is an added enticement along with the high-quality facility of the Twilight Theater. You'll hear the crowd roar as we cheer on favorite teams in a Super Bowl, Final Four championship, or even our own Maverick sporting events. The sounds, crowd, and smell of hot dogs and popcorn will give the feel of a live atmosphere. You can also rent the facility for your own event or private party. With the ability to show more than just movies, the Twilight Theater becomes home to a multitude of community gatherings, such as hosting 400-seat conferences and conventions in a comfortable setting with the theater stage and dressing rooms being utilized for guest speakers and celebrities. In conjunction with the magnificent stage space for performance, the 27 by 55-foot movie screen will be the largest projection screen between Wichita and Denver. Not only will the latest movie releases be back in our community, but they will be better than ever with seat-rumbling THX surround sound audio and a crystal clear high-definition picture to pull audiences into every scene. What makes the theater important to our community? Families will have the ability to walk together to a movie. teenagers a safe place to gather with friends, and young couples can date at the local theater without leaving town. This will keep money in the county that is presently being spent elsewhere while providing entertainment locally. The new facility will draw people from all over southwest Kansas, generating additional revenue for years to come. School performance. When Kiowa County Schools rebuilt, they chose not to build an auditorium with the idea they would be using the Twilight Theater stage for performances. This venue will allow high school forensic groups to produce phenomenal school plays while giving students the opportunity to perform in a professionally equipped theatrical facility. Pre-K through high school talent, vocal and band performances will be hosted by the Twilight for mom and dad to enjoy in extreme comfort. The Twilight Theater is one of the last remaining elements to improve our quality of life on the road to becoming a complete, rebuilt Greensburg.
And welcome back to Greensburg, Kansas, as here in about a minute and a half, we're set for tip-off in this game between the Kiowa County Mavericks and the Minneola Wildcats. My name is Matt Christensen. I'll be doing play-by-play for tonight's game, and I'm joined by Travis Barnes.
Salutations.
It's a fancy word for hello, my friend.
I'm a fancy guy.
Well, these two teams are coming into this game with even records. Both are at 5-8 on the season. Just to compare how they've done against like competition, just for a bit of comparison, of the teams that both teams have played so far this season, the Mavericks are 2-3 against those teams, whereas the Minneola Wildcats are at 3-5. So for whatever reason, Minneola's played a lot of those teams twice, and it's actually ended up splitting games against both those teams. Minneola's split games against both Setanta, who beat Kiowa County. They've split games against Ingalls, who Kiowa County beat, and also split games against Hodgewood County, who beat Kiowa County. So just based on that, looks like these two teams are probably fairly evenly matched on paper at least. But we'll just see how this game goes. We're about 30 seconds away from starting lineups. So at this time, we will throw it over to the PA system to get those starting lineups.
Six-foot senior Leighton Ediger. For the Mavericks, number 2, a 5'9" sophomore, Frank Cuevas. For the Wildcats, number 3, a 5'9" senior, Joey Harrington. For the Mavericks, number 4, a 6-foot junior, Landon Davis. For the Wildcats, number 20, a 5'11" junior, Cody Berger. For the Mavericks, number 5, a 5'8" sophomore, Henry Cuevas. For the Wildcats, number 22, a 6'3" junior, Landon Walker. For the Mavericks, number 21, a 6'2" junior, Brett McVeigh. For the Wildcats, number 25, a 5'9" senior, Colton Lang. And for the Mavericks, number 33, a 6'1" senior, Cole Kendall. The Wildcats head coach Rego Hahn, assisted by Jim Nelson. Mavericks head coach Zach White, assisted by David White. Good luck, gentlemen.
So there are the starting lineups for tonight. Should be noted, Minneola had a pretty good football team this fall.
Yeah, they did, Matt. They went pretty far in the tournament going into the playoffs. One thing of note, they are very athletic and very quick, so it'll be real interesting to see how well the Mavericks do against the speed and the athleticism that Minneola is going to bring to the table. You know, the Mavericks, we've seen them play a lot of zone defense lately. Wouldn't be surprised if Zach didn't come out in that, Coach White didn't come out in that to start, just because I think they might the Mavericks might be just a little bit outmatched speed-wise. We'll see.
And Walker wins that tip, so Minneola will start the game with possession. And indeed, you called it, Travis, as Mavericks are going to start out in a 2-on-2 zone. Open three there, no good. That was Lang on that 3 attempt.
Good block out by Cole to get the rebound on.
And looks like the Wildcats starting out in a 1-3-1 zone. And good ball movement there by the Mavericks. Unfortunately, that pass gets away from McVeigh, and that'll be a turnover. But quick passes, that's definitely the attack of choice against the zone defense.
Absolutely.
Wildcats showing good ball movement there. Nice entry down low into Berger, not able to make it, and Kendall comes down with a rebound.
Yeah, the Wildcats got a really good look on that last offensive possession, but Berger just a little bit too far into the basket. Couldn't come up with it.
And Cuevas going to take the three from the baseline, and he drains it. Yep. Cuevas picking up where he left off last Friday, where he accounted for a great portion of the Mavericks offense in their loss last Friday against Satanta.
Yeah, Frank had all day to shoot that shot. The Wildcats kind of got to sleep there, shifting over.
Harrington wants to reset the offense for the Wildcats. And nice block there by Davis. That's going to go out of bounds, and the Wildcats will keep it.
Good defense from the Mavericks.
And quick shot there by Walker. No good. And looks like that ball went up in the rigging above the net. So dead ball, Mavericks will get the ball back.
Tough couple offensive possessions for the Wildcats. They're getting decent looks, just shots aren't falling yet.
Well, it's early yet, and everyone has their off nights. We'll see if they can straighten those shots out as the night goes on. Davis on the baseline, no good. And his own putback, no good as well. And nice rebounding there by Frank Cuevas, and they'll reset the offense. One of the dangers of running a zone, as both these teams are doing, is it makes it difficult to box out on the defensive end. As McVeigh has that ball go through the 5-hole. To mix my sporting metaphors.
It's okay. I was just hoping they didn't call an offsides as they came across there. Brought the ball across the midcourt.
And nice quick hands there by Cuevas. Picks that pass off. Cuevas going to take another baseline three. This one's no good. So we're 3 minutes into this game, and still the only scoring is the first three-pointer by Frank Cuevas. And Berger's three no good there. Mavericks will get the rebound. And Henry Cuevas loses the handle there. Wildcats showing a little more pressure on the defensive end than they started the game at. And both teams getting a little sloppy in their ball handling here as we've had a few turnovers.
Very closely matched. You know, this really what we talked about before the game started with their records, you know, how they fairly even against common opponents. And this is playing out here today. It's almost like mirror images of the same team.
McVeigh had a good look there at the post, but not able to make the shot. And Lang's drive, no good, and we're going to have our first foul on the game. Looks like that one's going to be called against Berger.
Cole had really good position, and Berger just tried tried to wrestle away from him, but a better position equaled a rebound and a foul.
And there's going to be another foul called there. That one's going to be called on Walker. A little too much contact with McVeigh on that post. Davis, quick turnaround, and he sinks that. Mavericks go up 5-0. And Mavericks themselves going to show a little full-court pressure D. Broken easily by the Wildcats, and that's going to be an easy shot for Ediger. Unfortunately, he doesn't able to make it.
Yeah, thing of note is Ediger's got a bum shoulder, so his shooting might be just a scotch off.
Shoulder definitely important on your shooting arm. And Cuevas, second three of the night. Mavericks up 8-0. And Wildcats really trying to up the tempo of this game. And that's going to be a foul drawn there. Looks like that's going to be on Davis. His first and the first team foul against the Mavericks. Should be noted Lane Hornback in the game now for the Wildcats, as has been Spanauer for the Mavericks. Nice move there, and nice rebound by Hornback.
Yeah, good job crashing the boards, following the shot. Mavericks did a poor job blocking out on the last defensive possession.
And Wildcats have been burned with the long shot of Cuevas, so they're going to switch to a man-to-man D. And at that time, nice backdoor move by Davis, and Mavericks adapt well to the new defensive scheme.
Yeah, Davis is starting to heat up. That's one thing we noticed at the last game versus Setanta. Ill-advised pass there by the Wildcats.
Tough to do a full court pass. And nice move there by Cuevas, no good, but McVeigh in a good position for a rebound. And Mavericks will reset the offense. Cuevas going to take a three from the other baseline, no good. And Davis a little too aggressive on the boards, and he's going to pick up his second foul early, so he'll be hitting the bench. Let's take another look at Cuevas' second three there. Also coming in the game now for the Mavericks will be Nick Sears, who will give Cole Kendall a rest.
Nick started the last game, so it's interesting that Coach White changed it up, probably based off the matchup. Cole has a little more height, I think, to match up against Colton Lang. No.
And three-pointer no good. Rebound ends up being tipped to Spanauer. And that's going to be a jump ball called. Coach White not sure he agrees with that. Possession arrow does stay with the Mavericks. And Wildcats are going to show full court man-to-man defense here. Actually, no, it's not a man-to-man. Actually, yes, it is. I'll figure it out one of these times.
No, just keep guessing. Eventually we'll get it right.
Just need to trust my instincts. As Henry Cuevas draws the foul there on that drive, and he'll go to the line for two. Lang back in the game now for the Wildcats. He'll replace Schrader. And nice shooting from the stripe for Cuevas as he makes them both. And three-point attempt. That one is drained as Lang, fresh legs there, helps him make that three. And Frank Cuevas staying hot. Not a three that time, but still 2 points on the outside jumper. And poor defense there by the Mavericks.
Yeah, they let Edgar get down deep on him, and easy layup.
Something coaches always hate to see is when the offensive players beat the defensive players down the court. I always remember getting yelled at for that, at least.
Good rebounding by Edgar.
Not often you see someone get their own rebound on a free throw under the basket, but that's
and
what happened there.
completely uncontested rebound at that.
I'm not sure. Even the Minneola players didn't seem like they thought that was a live ball.
Yeah. I think maybe because it touched the top of the backboard.
Yeah.
But didn't touch any of the rigging. So
looks like the Wildcats taking their time here. And turnaround jumper no good. Mavericks get the rebound. And nice heads-up play there by Lang. Saving that ball and throwing it off the legs of Sears there.
Really good job.
And just going back to that free throw by Edgar, it seemed like the only people who thought that was a live ball were Edgar and the referees.
Yeah.
And three-pointer there, that's Hornback again. So Minneola, after being down by as many as 10, is going to end this first quarter in a much better place, only down by 4. We'll take a break. Watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Mavericks on 3, let's get ready to play. 1, 2, 3, Mavericks!
And welcome back as we start play here in the second quarter. Wildcats staying in their full court man-to-man defense. A little too much pressure for the liking of the ref there, as Harrington going to be whistled for a foul.
And I think both Frank and Harrington are smiling because at the end of that play there wasn't quite as much contact as there was at the beginning of that play from both sides. So I think it's good to see some sportsmanship between the two because they both thought it was.
The shoves were heading in both directions. I would agree with that. And quick hands there as Lang knocks that ball out of bounds. And nice drive there by Cuevas, gets his own rebound, and the putback is good. Cuevas already at 10 points early here in the second quarter.
He's having a good start to tonight. You know, if he and Davis can both start to get hot a little bit, they could run away with this game.
Nice drive there by Hornback. Mavericks end up with the ball, and Cuevas going to push it the other way. Tell you, Cuevas, the last two nights, he has just been on fire.
Tell you what, his speed and his ball handling skills are really starting to shine through here.
Edgar not quite able to save that before it goes out of bounds. So taking a look at one of these drives by Cuevas.
Interesting note is, Cuevas is only a sophomore.
That's one thing. The only senior on the Maverick team this year is Cole Kendall, so majority of their core players will be back next year. So they'll definitely have something to build off of. Both Davis and McVeigh are juniors, and the rest of the core players for the Mavericks really are sophomores. And Kendall's there, no good. And nice drive there. Shot no good by Walker. Cuevas again, just really taking control of this ball game.
Yeah, Wildcats are going to have to try and be very cognizant of coming out of a missed shot that gets somebody back deep, because Frank gets the ball, he's just going to push it.
Tegan Elgood getting his first minutes tonight.
And hopefully his intro from a moment ago is not prophetic.
Yeah, it looked like someone might have gotten hurt in that intro. Nice shot by Sears, nice rebound by Elgood. Find Cuevas. What can you say? Almost looked like a pinball machine there. But Wildcats end up with that ball.
Cuevas already with 17 points tonight. That's amazing.
And nice drive
Good
there.
drive.
Lang, he's up to 5 points to lead. Sorry, he is tied with Hornback. Both have 5 points for the Wildcats. Cuevas, hot hand. Not hot that time, but you can't make them all.
I think he's kind of surprised he was as open as he was on that last 3-point attempt. He kind of had a smirk as he caught the ball, like, are you kidding me?
Well, he caught that one. Pass wasn't necessarily intended for him, but he got it nonetheless. And this time it's Henry Cuevas, taking cues from his brother. Cuevas brothers have 21 of the Mavericks' 25 points so far here tonight.
What can you say, man?
The other 4 belonging to Landon Davis, who is on the bench at the moment with 2 fouls.
As Odell comes into the game.
Yep, Taylor Odell, just a freshman for the Mavericks. Nice rebound there from Nick Sears. And Frank will aggressively move the ball up court as he's done all night. Cuevas loses the handle there. And that's going to end up out of bounds. Last touch by Elgood, so the Wildcats get the ball back. Still, the Mavericks have to be fairly happy with the way this first half has gone so far, up 25-12 against a team they really should be fairly evenly matched with. But a lot of gameplay yet so far.
Nice shot by Harrington.
And Harrington makes it a little closer. Back within 10.
Well, as we've seen all season long, the Mavericks can go cold, even though they're hot right now. So this game's definitely not out of hand by any means yet for the Wildcats. Especially when you foul on a 3-pointer.
Foul is going to be on Frank Cuevas. And Hornback will get 3 shots from the line.
Tough roll.
Should be noted that despite being down 10 points, Minneola has done fairly well. gotten some good shots on offense, just haven't been shooting so well so far tonight. But that can always change.
That can always change.
McVeigh and Spainauer back in the game for the Mavericks.
Stall 3 from this, right?
And that is going to be a foul on Ediger on that rebound. And Wildcats back in the full court man-to-man. And nice give and go there. Nice shot from McVeigh. Unfortunately, just didn't quite make it. And probably pretty good cancel each other out calls there. There probably was a foul. And after the foul, there should have been a travel, but didn't call either. So works out in the end. And once again, Cuevas very aggressive driving to the hoop, and he'll earn himself a couple free throws.
One thing of note, Cuevas is probably not going to run out of steam. You know, he is a long-distance runner, and I imagine he could probably keep up this pace for quite some time.
At least a couple of miles from what I've seen. This is that first free throw. Be an interesting thing that I really don't know the answer to, but average game, the average starting player, how far do they run in the course of a basketball game?
I think we could devise a way to track that. They do have pedometers.
And we've got other things probably to worry about tonight at least. Question to answer for next game. As Cuevas makes the second end of that free throw.
And takes a break.
Well-deserved break. That's his first of the evening, but he's got 18 points so far?
Yes.
If I add that up right. And foul on the floor there on Nick Sears. That is his first. 15th foul. So neither team really in foul trouble this first half. Nice shot there by Walker for his first points of the game. And Minneola inching closer. Minneola pushing that ball up court. Ediger on the baseline, he'll kick it out. And back to Walker, no good. And once again, that's the second time that's happened this game. Spainauer's come down with the rebound, but Minneola defender is able to tie it up before he's able to kick it out and get the ball back heading the Mavericks direction. But the possession arrow is in the Mavericks direction, so they'll keep it.
Frank back in the game after a quick...
That was a quick rest.
Siesta, and right back to where he left off. He just needed a break to get his shot back on, and
No, he did. Coach White didn't want to get him his 20th point too soon in the game.
Rebound by man. I think this is the Frank Cuevas show.
Hard to argue with 20 points so far in the first half alone. We'll see if he cools down at any point tonight, but so far he is more than the difference in this game. Shot from the baseline there, no good. And Walker with the rebound. Hornback has to feel like the odd man out for the Wildcats at this point, I think. As nice rebounding there by the Wildcats. Fortunately, same can't be said for their shooting on that possession as they're not able to convert.
That could have been bad. That was right on Frank's legs.
You know, Frank Cuevas slow to get up there.
Yeah, that Harrington kind of landed real awkwardly on Cuevas. A little slow to get up, but looks like he's okay. Just a little contused, yeah.
And Kendall's pass is picked off there by Ediger.
Good heads-up play by Layton.
And three-pointer there, no good, in the hands of Spainauer. And Cuevas hits his head after losing control of that ball. Slow to get up again, but he is getting up, which is good to see. And down on the other end of the court, that is going to be a foul on committed, and we'll send Lang to the stripe for a couple free throws. Let's see Frank take a tumble there.
Refs are really letting this game get physical. Good thing there's only 20 seconds left in this half.
And that free throw is not going to be counted as the Wildcats got into the lane a little too soon. The Mavericks have 20 seconds here to try and get the last shot of the first half. And it ends up being a nice quick entry into McVeigh. Might not be the last shot, but it's a good shot.
Well ran.
And last shot for the Wildcats is taken by Lang, no good. So Mavericks will go into the locker room with a nice, comfortable 12-point lead.
Very comfortable. Well, he's got 2/3 of the points, so
yeah.
If it continues this pace, I think the Mavericks will be okay, especially if other guys start stepping up too.
But as you point out, Wildcats, a dangerous athletic team, so be sure and join us for the second half. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Mavericks on three. Let's get ready to play. 1, 2, 3. Mavericks!
My name is Rosa Spainauer. I'm the Safe Kids Coordinator for Safe Kids Kiowa County. This week is actually Child Passenger Safety Week, so we're kicking off today with Countdown to Drive, and that includes 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th graders. And we have 2 obstacle courses set up. One is they're driving a golf cart, and it's teaching them about distracted driving. So they're supposed to drive through these cones, read off a cue card, or pick out certain colored fuzzy balls out of a container just to distract them, so if they may hit a cone or miss some little signs that are set up. The second station is the drunk driving, and it's to teach them about when you're impaired that you can't do things. Your skill level is not as what it is when you're not drinking. So they have to go through the obstacle course and some things, pin the tail on the donkey. They got to stack blocks. They need to shoot a basket, play hopscotch. We make it fun, but it's also educational because it does teach them that when you've been drinking, your vision's a little messed up.
4-H is a unique organization. It is the only youth development organization with oversight and sponsorship by the federal government. Through the 4-H educational mission, we help youth to learn by doing and to lead by example. In 4-H, we are committed to providing a positive experience for as many young people as possible. Not just with the belief that 4-H grows great kids, but the belief that by preparing our youth for school, work, and life, that we are contributing to a vibrant economy for years to come. There are currently 2 traditional 4-H clubs in Kiowa County with over 40 members. 4-H is open to anyone between the ages of 7 to 19, and the Clover Bud program is open to those youth 5 to 7. Interested in learning more about 4-H? Please contact us at 620-723-2156. Or come on by the Kiowa County Commons and visit us inside the Kiowa County Extension Office. So join the club. Together we can grow great kids across Kansas.
I was really impressed, and I don't know, honestly, I do not know the history behind how it all came to pass. But you and your crew actually went to the state 2A basketball tournament at K-State at Manhattan.
Yep, we did. We did. We went up there last year.
And did a live stream?
We did 16 games in 4 days over the internet.
Oh my goodness.
And
were you all exhausted?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of excitement in that too, because the state atmosphere. We're in Bramlage Coliseum. We're sending a feed to the Jumbotron, which is something that was extra cool. We had an excellent time up there, and it really showcased what our capabilities are doing, not just here in the community, but elsewhere.
Right. That's what I mean, you know, statewide.
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, we've talked about ball games and school and state basketball, but I know you've gotten involved in a lot of other things, rodeos, and, you know, what are some of the other events that your group has been asked to film and get involved in?
Well, rodeo definitely. Obviously, in this area, rodeo is a big deal.
Yes.
We've filmed the Greensburg Rodeo. We've done the KPRA finals for a couple of years. Was trying to get over to PCC this year and do their college rodeo and just didn't quite work it out this time, but we're planning on it for next year.
Oh, good.
Trying to expand again out of our community a little bit. The other really cool thing we do is the WePack Hoops for Hope charity basketball game that takes place in South Central, in the South Central area, sometimes Coldwater, sometimes Ashland. That is a really neat event that goes on, and we broadcast a basketball game from down there. And we got to do that last year, and we're getting prepared to do it again this year, and I'm really, really excited.
And welcome back, as we're just about a minute away from the second half getting kicked off here. Mavericks enjoying a 30-18 lead over the Minneola Wildcats, thanks in no small part to the play of Frank Cuevas.
Yeah. He was on fire.
Not literally, thankfully, but inside shots, drives to the basket. It seemed like almost everything he was doing for the Mavericks was working out. Finished the first half with 20 points. 20 of the 30 for the Mavericks. So
That's impressive.
very impressive. Other notable performances from the Mavericks. Landon Davis had 4 points in fairly brief play. He spent most of the first half on the bench, actually, after getting 2 early fouls.
Yeah, and a thing to note about Landon is, last game he was taking a lot of shots and they weren't going in. The couple that he's taken here, they've went in. He just has been taking it easy because Mr. Frank has been running. I mean, he has been the Mavericks. It should be Frank Cuevas and the Mavericks.
On the other side of the court, Colton Lang leading scoring for the Minneola Wildcats. He's got 6. Just behind him is Lane Hornback with 5. As we get kicked off here in the second half. And that is going to be a foul.
A jump ball.
A jump ball, actually. That's Yeah, it happened to Ben Spainhour a couple times on rebounds in the first half. Thought maybe he got fouled coming down on a rebound, but the ref ended up calling a jump ball. Kind of what happened there. I was thinking that might have been a foul on the shot, but jump ball, which works out for the Mavericks as they had the possession arrow. And McVeigh kind of lost the handle there, which will lead to a travel.
Yeah, he was not set. Feet shuffled a little bit. Easy call for the refs.
Mavericks back in a 2-3 zone right now. As Edeker drives the baseline, his shot falls short into the hands of Frank Cuevas.
I'd be interested to know how many rebounds Frank has had tonight because
I'd agree, especially for, considering he plays point guard for the Mavericks. Typically your point guard is not a high rebounding position, but he has come down with quite a few here tonight in addition to all those points he's scoring. And again, on the defensive end, picked off a few passes and just really an all-around very good game for Frank. Keeps the handle there. And nice, good ball movement will lead to a nice open 3 for Henry Cuevas. And he'll sink it.
Man, I wish my last name was Cuevas tonight. They're both carrying this team.
27 of the 33 points have come from a man named Cuevas. And once again, Frank Cuevas with the rebound.
It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't already have a double-double tonight, at least in rebounds
and Henry's shot just a little more off the mark that time than last time.
Just a bit wide right. Nice.
Very
nice
quick
pass.
shot and nice save there by Walker. And that's going to lead to Harrington going to the line for a couple on that drive.
And that's Cuevas' first foul. Frank Cuevas' first foul.
Again, neither team really got in any foul trouble in the first half. The main exception being Landon Davis again. Got 2 quick fouls for the Mavericks, but other than that, no player really got in any foul trouble. Harrington makes his first free throw. And Harrington makes them both. And Wildcats back in a 1-3-1 zone after spending most of the first half in a man-to-man. And it looks like that'll lead the Mavericks to rethink their offensive strategy. Nice pass there to Davis. Shot just a little short. Block shot there by McVeigh.
He took off from quite a ways. That was a really impressive block.
And good ball movement again by the Mavericks. They'll get the rebound. And once again, Minneola, while they're not back in that man-to-man, they're still being very aggressive, collapsing in on whoever has the ball. That's going to be a foul on Lang. His first foul. Cuevas, baseline three. He has been on fire from that position here tonight and continues to be just that.
Yeah, Minneola was really asleep on that play. He caught the ball and had about 2 seconds to think about it, get his range down, and then pulled the trigger, and it pretty
Berger,
deadly.
drive no good. Sorry to interrupt you there, Travis. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay. Pretty deadly if you give him that much time, especially from beyond the arc.
To be fair, though, Minneola's in somewhat of a conundrum because Cuevas has not just been hurting them from beyond the arc, but he's been hurting them off the drive as well. So, I mean, do you get right back up in his face and give him some room, opportunity to drive past you, or do you give him some room and let him shoot? He's just having such a good night that it's just, no matter what Minneola does, it's going to be hard for them to counter at this point. And once again, Frank Cuevas with a rebound.
That's at least 4 so far this half, and I know he had that many, or if not more, in the first. So.
And Henry Cuevas going to be fouled by Harrington there as he brings the ball up the court. Now Harrington actually up to 3 fouls, so he himself is getting in a bit of foul trouble.
Harrington's most definitely the most athletic with his feet, quickness-wise, to be able to man up against Cuevas.
Nice ball movement there by the Mavericks. Nice easy bucket for Davis. Mavericks looking very impressive here tonight. Again, a lot of that down to the play of Cuevas as the Wildcats are going to call a timeout. So we'll take a quick break. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center. And welcome back. Mavericks enjoying a 38-20 lead on the Minneola Wildcats here with about 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. And really just contrasting their play tonight versus their play Friday. Mavericks just as a team seem to be clicking a lot better than they did against their game in their game against Atlanta last Friday. And nice give and go there as McVeigh, nice move, was in good position for a rebound and ended up getting, actually going to call that foul on McVeigh on the rebound. I thought he had position, but kind of tough to tell on that angle.
That was a jump ball.
Refs have not been calling a lot of fouls tonight, but they've been calling a lot of jump balls. Sorry.
Maybe not. No, it was.
No, that was a foul.
No, they did call a foul on.
Yeah.
Huh.
See, I'm right occasionally.
You're right, yeah.
Still only McVeigh's second foul, so. Although there.
Good drive by Harrington.
Yeah, he'll get a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. And I was going to say McVeigh not in foul trouble, but he just picked up his third foul on that side of the court. So he will get a rest. Elgood comes in, as does Taylor Odell. So the freshman getting quite a few minutes here tonight for the Mavericks.
Well, he does have good lineage.
Yeah, his older brother Damian was definitely a standout player for the Mavericks a few years ago. Back when the Mavericks had no shortage of height on their team between Odell and Rustin Artery.
Taylor's still young. He can. As I said, Taylor's still young. He commits a moving pick on that last offensive possession.
That is Odell's first foul. Fourth team foul against the Mavericks, so they have a few to give yet before the Wildcats start shooting free throws. And Ediger from the free throw line, no good. And Cuevas going to take the drive, and he is going to be called for a charge. as Minneola defender had position.
Yeah, Edgar did a really, really good job getting back and had excellent position.
We'll take a look here
Frank
on the replay.
Tried to miss him, but just too much body contact for the refs. Call the charge. Good job on Edgar getting back on defense.
Should be noted, that is now Cuevas' third foul as well, so he has just gotten a spell. His turnover there by the Wildcats. This will definitely be the most bench time that Cuevas has had in this game. He spent a scant amount of time, maybe 1 or 2 possessions on the bench to get a rest in the first half, but he was on such a hot hand. Coach White didn't want to be without him too long, as nice drive there by the freshman Odell will earn a couple shots from the stripe. Edgar, after a brief absence, is right back in this game. He'll be giving Colton Lang a break. Odell makes the second of his 2 free throws. Mavericks back up by 15. Rebound gets away from Edgar, and Mavericks will get it back. And Henry Cuevas pushing the ball up court. He's going to lose the handle. So fast break the other way for the Wildcats. And Sears, rather than give the easy bucket, will commit the foul. It is Sears' second foul.
Mavericks are starting to amass a few fouls here in this half.
They have 16 fouls now, so from here on out, every time they do foul, the Wildcats will be going to the line. As Berger makes the second free throw for his first point of the night. As Cuevas loses the handle there. Sears will take a jumper from the key, and he'll sink it. And those are his first points of the night. And Berger loses a handle there. Sears is going to recover on the baseline.
Mavericks slow it down a little bit.
Definitely not a bad strategy against a very athletic team, although Davis decides he likes that shot too much to slow it down, but he drains it. And Davis himself up to 9 points.
Well, he's usually the leading scorer, and he's got to catch up to Frank.
Well, Frank's giving him a chance as he's currently on the pine with 3 fouls. As Berger in
rebound.
Perfect position for that putback. And after finishing the first half scoreless, he's got 3 quick points here the last 2 trips down on the floor. Minneola back in their man-to-man defense. And Henry Cuevas shot no good. And Sears tips that rebound to himself, but has it picked off by Edgar as Harrington not able to make that just before the buzzer sounds. So we'll head into the fourth quarter with the Mavericks enjoying an 18-point lead. Still can't count out this very athletic Minneola team. We'll be joining for the fourth quarter. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Kiowa County Impact Video Production Committee encourages you to practice the KC Big Three.
At Kiowa County, we treat others right.
By helping others up.
By encouraging each other.
By patting players on the back and showing good sportsmanship.
At Kiowa County, we make smart decisions.
By respecting the officials.
By keeping our cool. And by listening to the coach. At Kiowa County, we maximize our potential by practicing on our own time and by always giving 100%.
Well Museum is a marvel of pioneer engineering, one of the 8 wonders of Kansas, and it continues to amaze visitors from all over the world. A captivating design and interactive exhibits tell the stories of Greensburg's past, the devastating tornado, and rebuilding for a sustainable future. Spiral down into the well, or from the second-story observatory, discover the tornado's mile-wide path of destruction and the newly rebuilt Greensburg. The Big Well Museum, much more than just a hole in the ground.
And welcome back as we start the fourth quarter. Mavericks enjoying an 18-point lead on this Minneola Wildcat team. As that's going to be a foul on the offensive end.
Frank jumped across the passing lane there and got ran over. It's happened a couple times.
That is Berger's 3rd foul of the night. And nice pass there. As McVeigh in good position to draw the foul. And he'll go to the stripe. No good on the first shot. And shooter's roll on the second. Extends the lead to 19. Mavericks back in their 2-1-2 zone.
Minneola doing a good job passing around the outside of the arc and making the Mavericks move for it.
Harrington's 3 no good, but Ediger in a good position for the putback, but fortunately Ediger just had a pretty good night tonight in every aspect but shooting. And that foul is going to be called on, looks like that's Berger again, who'll pick up his 4th foul. Oh, sorry, that's corrected to be, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say Berger wasn't even near the play. So,
but that is still a 4th foul on a Minneola player, except it's going to be for Harrington. And nice move there by Spainauer. Has that ball tipped out of bounds before he can take a shot. And good general strategy against pressure man like Minneola's in is exploit those back doors when you can. As that ball's going to end up on the floor for another jump ball. Those are the jump balls I'm used to seeing.
Yeah.
Possession arrow in favor of the Mavericks. As Hornback back in the game for the Wildcats. Tigers will be the Mavericks' next opponent.
Yes, they will.
Unfortunately for Mavericks, that will be a very tough test, as the St. John Tigers have won state championships 2 years in a row, as Davis's 3, no good.
Very, very good St. John team coming to town next week.
Last year they won the 2A state championship, and the year before that they actually won the 1A state championship. But it'd be a tough test for the Mavericks, but it's always a treat to see a state caliber team come in and just enjoy them playing. Still have the rest of this game to finish out though, as Cole Kendall will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Foul is called on Landon Walker, only his 2nd. Shooter's roll for Kendall. And he'll try to tack on the 2nd for his 2nd point in the game. McVeigh, nice rebound. He'll feed it to Spainauer, who draws another foul, and he'll get 2 free throws.
And I think that's the 3rd on Landon Walker.
Official scorekeeper seems to agree with you. Spainhour shot goes short.
Very interesting difference between the shooting styles of Cole Kendall and Spainhour. Cole, not very much arm movement, very, very, very quick, straight at the goal. Spainhour takes the ball.
Well, Spainhour does not make either of those free throws. So lead stands at 20 for the Mavericks. And that
Nice
three
shot
by Lang.
Well defended by the Mavericks too. He had a hand in his face and still drained it.
Lang is up to 9 points on the evening. As McVay loses the handle, was able to tip it back out to Spainhour. And a nice block there by Walker, and he's going to push it back the other way. Coast to coast, but once again, just Minneola at times just cannot buy a bucket. I mean, getting pretty good shots, playing good D, but just shots aren't going through the hoop.
Yeah. And a real testament to their speed because 3 guys were with Frank that whole length of the court. There's no fast break that's uncontested.
Fouls called on Colton Lang, just his second. Team is up to 9 fouls on the second half, so this will just be a 1-and-1, but the next foul will be 2 shots from that point forward for the Mavericks.
Frank gone a little cold until still a little cold.
Well, he did spend a great portion of the third quarter on the bench with 3 fouls, which that will definitely can affect your stroke.
Cole had a good look there, but just couldn't get it to fall.
And
nice move by Harrington. That was good ball handling.
That was a very roundabout coast to coast, but he went by way of the baseline. And Harrington up to 10 points. Cuevas' 3. Shockingly did not go in. So Coach White calling a timeout there, so we'll take this opportunity to do fan cam.
And everybody's looking at their phone this evening.
Well, that's the timeout. That's more courteous. You don't want to do it when there's action on the floor.
Even Nick Sears, aunt is looking at her phone.
Well, but he's not playing at the moment. The timeout. It's like a commercial break. That's when you need to take care of your business. That's when you do it.
She's probably just calculating his stats. She is a banker, so. Mr. Troy Kirby looking very enthused about how the Mavericks are doing.
Yeah, alongside school board member Kai Gamble.
One of our classmates, Christy Pyatt. Very active in the community.
So always good to see a big crowd. And looks like that's going to be a foul as Cuevas tried to save that. So Sears will go to the line for 2 shots now that the Mavericks are in the double bonus. And he makes the first.
And I'm sure his aunt is making a note of that in her phone right now.
Harrington going to push the ball up the other court. And that's one thing just got to give Minneola credit is they're still going full tilt here.
Nice shot.
As Hornback gets his second 3 of the evening, and he's up to 8 points. Hornback, Harrington, and Lang really doing almost all the damage so far for the Wildcats. all have 8 or 9 points each. And, ooh,
ow, you okay?
Okay. Had a collision with our scores table, but looks, well, unfortunately it looks like.
Might have hit his funny bone here.
Yeah,
on the,
Berger.
I hope he's okay. I felt that too. I was resting on the cabinet. It got rammed into me.
Actually, he was walking to the bench for the different reason. He just fouled out.
Oh. Okay,
which,
then.
all things being equal, I'm glad that's why he's heading to go to the bench.
Yeah, I don't know. He's still holding his arm over there. I sure hope it's okay.
It will send Davis to the line for a couple free throws. And much like Sears, he'll make the first but miss the second. Quick 3 there by Hornback. That one doesn't fall. And Minneola starting to rack up the fouls here in the fourth quarter. Davis will go to the line for another couple. That foul on Colton Lang, his third.
Yeah, they're really starting to rack up the fouls here in this second half.
Harrington with the 3. No good. And Cuevas just going to let that ball go out of bounds, as no one touched it after it hit the rim. Kendall takes the baseline 3, no good. Ediger gets the rebound, and Harrington pushes the ball up court. Way downtown 3. As Hornback, that probably would have went in if he was at the three-point line.
Yeah.
As it was, where he shot it from came up just a bit short, as Minneola will take a 30-second timeout. So we'll take a break. Hope you join us for the final few minutes. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
Southern Plains Co-op in Greensburg is proud to offer Bayer Crop Science crop protection products. Chewing bugs, fungal diseases, and grasses needlessly kill or drastically limit corn and soybean production each year. Innovative Bayer Crop Science products control these unwanted intruders. That means increased yields for more grain in the bin at harvest. Let Southern Plains Co-op protect your crops with Bayer Crop Science products. At Southern Plains, we deliver service.
And welcome back. Mavericks will come out of the break with the ball after that timeout by the Wildcats. Davis will break that full court man-to-man pressure, but he will throw it right to Walker for a turnover. As that ball was last touched by McVeigh, so Minneola will keep it. Ediger going to take a 3. No good. And Cuevas going to end up with a rebound and timeout there as Cuevas is trapped in the corner. And we'll take another quick break. Hope you join us for the rest of this game. You're watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
The weather just seemed a little bit unusual.
The sound was just
You
deafening.
can hear and feel things just breaking up.
School was
above
gone,
you.
my church was gone, my town was gone. What are we going to do?
We could rebuild it. We could start over and rebuild a whole community. Let's rebuild the town. Let's work together. Let's try to do it right.
The spirit of the community, we will rebuild.
Maybe we do have to do it different.
To be able to make a difference that can be felt for generations, it's very exciting.
Come and experience the story in Greensburg.
And welcome back. Mavericks enjoying a 16-point lead here, 50-34 over the Minneola Wildcats. They will have the ball as they come back from this timeout. Timeout was called because Frank Cuevas had the ball, but he was trapped in the corner, so Coach White called the timeout. And deep pass there to Cuevas. And he gets 2 more points. He's at 25.
That's how you break a full court press.
And Walker's 3 no good. Not able to save it, so Mavericks get the ball back. And once again, we'll face the full court man-to-man pressure. And Davis is going to be fouled as he brings the ball up the court. And once again, Mavericks in the double bonus, so 2 free throws every time. Lang's 4th foul. So Wildcats have 2 players on the floor with 4 fouls now. Davis makes his first free throw. In addition to Lang, Harrington also has 4. And those actually also happen to be the 2 leading scorers for the Wildcats.
Break in the action is elder Coach White. Tapes a scrape on McVeigh's leg.
And looks like the Mavericks going to call a quick 30-second timeout as they're going to treat McVeigh's injury. And would like to remind you, Media Center is always welcoming to anyone who'd want to help out on any of our productions. If you'd like to be a camera operator, video technician, graphic operator, or audio engineer, become part of the crew, contact Grant Newhold at 620-723-1117 or email him at grant.newhold@kwksmedia.org if you'd like to help out on one of these nifty productions. It's a lot of fun. We're always in search of better announcers.
Better announcers.
It's a low bar to clear.
Very low. In fact, the only time it would be more difficult is if we were actually trying to limbo.
I was getting ready for a limbo joke myself, so you beat me to that one.
You got to wake up early to beat me, Matt.
So,
like noon.
I think I was awake at noon. That was a long time ago. Davis makes both of his free throws, 1 before and 1 after the timeout. Davis, after a quiet first half, up to 10 points total on the night. As Harrington,
nice shot,
starting to heat up here in the second half. He is up to 13. As full court pressure leads to a turnover there for the Wildcats. And Hornback's going to take a 3. And
nice
he's going to make it.
Back-to-back threes. And it's only a 13-point game. There's still
2 minutes left to play. As that's going to be a foul, as Cuevas got dinged in the head.
See that here on, oh no, this is Harrington's nice 3-pointer. And Hornbeck's nice shot.
Fouls on Walker. He's got 4 now as well, so 3 of the 5 players on the floor for Minneola now have 4 fouls. Cuevas makes him pay for that one on the first free throw. Still kind of holding that head. He must have got hit pretty hard.
Well, he has been knocked around quite a little bit there.
That is true. And shooter's roll on the second shot. Cuevas up to 27 on the night. So a quieter second half than the first, but really not realistic to keep up the pace he was showing there in the first half.
Layton's shoulder definitely playing a factor there. It just a little bit off target.
Lang is going to pick up his 5th foul there and send Cole Kendall to the line for 2 shots. So as Lang's night ends, Lee Schrader, number 21, will come in to replace him. Kendall makes the second of his 2 free throws, extends the lead back out to 16.
I swear that his free throw shots are all in the, just the wrist. There's no arm movement whatsoever, just strictly shooting from the wrist.
Ediger displaying his strength there, but also picking up the foul, and will send Davis to the line for 2. Wrestled the ball away from Davis, but also managed to wrestle Davis to the ground. It's generally not allowed in basketball.
Generally not allowed. I've done that before.
Davis's last 5 points have come from the stripe. He's up to 12 on the evening. Make that the last 6 points from the stripe for Davis. And apologies, he's actually up to 16 with that second free throw.
Most of his points coming from the second half.
Harrington's 3 no good, and that ball will end up out of bounds. Last touch by Minneola. They will go right back into that full court man-to-man pressure. As that will end up being a timeout is called by the Mavericks before the jump ball is able to be called.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank Dwayne Shank Motors, proud sponsors of Maverick Sports. Come see us, you'd look good in a Chevy.
Hard to argue with that. So we are just minute 15 left to play in this game. Mavericks do seem to have the game fairly well in hand, up 18 points here. Though it should be noted, this is the first quarter where Minneola has managed to play somewhat even with the Mavericks. Each team has scored 14 points so far here in the fourth quarter, and it's actually probably the most fast-paced quarter of action we've had so far tonight. As that ball gets away from McVeigh, but ends up in the hands of Davis. And Hornback is going to commit the foul on Cuevas to send him on the line.
Hornback, one of the few Minneola Wildcats that have fouls to give.
We've got 2 with 4. Hornback, that was his second.
Oh, I guess there's a couple that don't have any, so.
Yeah, a couple actually players who haven't seen too many minutes tonight. Number 14, Ethan I don't know that I won't even try to pronounce that name. Apologies to Nathan. But both he and Lee Schrader. Schrader should seen some.
And of course, his name's Ethan, not Nathan.
Nathan. So if I had that much trouble with Ethan, imagine how much trouble I'd have with that last name. And Wildcats still not giving up. Still stopping that clock and making the Mavericks earn their points. This time it will be Hank Cuevas going to the line. Does not get the roll there as Cameron Conrad and Elgood coming in the game now for the Mavericks, as will Taylor Odell.
It's actually William Enfield.
And Cuevas going to take a seat probably for the rest of the night. He'll finish the night with 29 points. Very impressive night for Mr. Cuevas. There's Elgood.
You're being prophetic.
Well, I saw actually Elgood was there waiting to come in. I just thought he was going to come in immediately, but he was coming in for the shooter.
Oh,
So-
it was his brother, Zach. Good rebound by Conrad.
Nice steal there. As that is Schrader, and he is going to have a chance for a three-point play.
Good finish for Schrader.
See his effort there. And nice free throw shooting from Schrader. He has 3 points. And still, Wildcats in the full court pressure D. Although not fouling quite as aggressively as they had been earlier in the fourth quarter. But still aggressive D there.
Not giving up without a fight.
As that
Gotta hand
was
it to these Wildcats.
Yep. Near steal there by Ethan.
Fool you once, right, Matt?
Exactly. And looks like Taylor Odell is just going to be content to let the clock run out. So Mavericks will end this game with a very impressive show, winning 61-43 against a team that, again, on paper, they look to be fairly evenly matched with.
I'll tell you what, it bodes well for next Tuesday. You know,
yeah,
the Mavericks play like they did tonight. They might give a scare to the Tigers.
Very well could be possible. Earlier this year, they played another very good team, the Spearville Lancers, very close for most of this game. So, again, they come out playing, come like they played tonight. You know, they could be right in that game next week. But as it is, just concentrate one game at a time. This game they win. Nice, comfortable victory. Again, got to give credit to Frank Cuevas, finishes the game with 29 points. Also, Landon Davis with a big second half. He finishes with 16. So that's going to be how we leave you here tonight with some highlights of play from tonight's game. I hope you join us for our next game, which will be against the St. John Tigers. In the meantime, I'm Matt Christensen.
And I'm Travis Barnes.
You've been watching Maverick Sports on the Kiowa County Media Center.
This has been... The internet has drastically changed the way we